Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
And welcome back, everybody. Many of us are gravitating to more holistic treatments to feel better, to feel sound, even for cosmetic reasons. And we're going to dig back into our conversation with a doctor that has so much insight on Chinese medicine. And last time we got together, we talked about acupuncture. Today, we're going to talk about one of the other modalities that she offers, cupping. I'm sure you've heard that word. You have a visual of it. A lot of celebrities brought it to light about 15 or so years ago. What does it do? Why are people doing it? Dr. Kelly, who has a practice in New York City, joins us once again. Her practice is called Kelly 121 Acupuncture, and she's back. Welcome, Dr. Kelly. How you doing today?
Good. How are you, Steve? Thank you.
Thank you for being back with us. And cupping, I've seen the pictures. I know it's to support us in some way. That's as far as I go in terms of understanding it. What is cupping and why do people do it?
Well, I think most people saw like Michael Phillip when he like swim in Olympic, right? He has some marks on his back. That's from cupping. So why people do cupping, especially for the athletes, why like Michael Phillip, why he did that? One of the function of cupping can improve the blood flow, right? Some people have the back pain, shoulder pain, lower back pain. So one of the treatment of Chinese medicine is cupping. So what the cupping can do is improve the blood flow in that area. That's one of the function. The other function is release the muscle tension.
Yeah.
So that's why some people, if they are kind of like a little bit worried about the needle, because needle sometimes can do have a little bit pinch sensation when the needle, pierces the skin because pain receptor in the skin. So then some people may say, can I do cupping instead? Some young kids, like, 4-year-old, maybe the kid are a little bit worried about the needle. So we do cupping.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, I didn't realize that. So what you're achieving is somewhat the same as you would with acupuncture. You're just doing it with a different method. Call it cupping.
Yeah, you got that, Steve.
Okay. I'm learning.
Yeah.
So tell us what actually takes place when cupping is performed.
So usually there are different kind of cupping. One cupping is like glass cupping. Usually glass cupping we do through like fair. We call it fair cupping. So we basically let fair, then put the fair in the cup. Then after, several seconds, we took out the fair, then put the glass cupping on the back where, you have pain. So the glass cup gonna suck on the skin. So that the suction gonna like improve the blood flow on that area. So you may see a little bit of purple, actually a purple like area after you remove the cup. But that is fine because when you do the cupping, the capillary and the skin actually all kind of like a little bit have the blood come out from the capillary, but that's totally fine. You don't really have a bleeding, so don't need to worry about that. That's one of the reasons you have the purple mark after cupping, and also that purple mark can also tell us you may have some dampness. So dampness is you can imagine like it's like not raining, but it's cloudy. It's kind of humid. So some of us have dampness in our body. That's one of the reason can give people pain and heaviness. Some people come in and say, "Hi, Dr. Kelly, I feel so heavy, like my whole body like so heavy, like I just don't have any energy." That could be you have dampness in your body. That's why you feel heavy. So cupping can remove that dampness from your body.
Hmm.
Cupping can also remove the coldness from your body. Like one day, actually, I myself, I went to office. It was raining. It was windy, so the umbrella didn't really help me at all. So I was working. I was walking to the office. So all the way when I walked to the office, it's all wet. So actually myself got like a little bit of coughing and sneezing. So I know the reason why I cough and sneeze is because the coldness. The cold getting into my body because of the rain. So I did cupping and I stopped coughing. I stopped sneeze.
Wow.
So yeah, cup can remove the cold from your body, remove the dampness from your body, can improve the blood flow, relieve the muscle tension. That's how cup do.
So let me see if I have this right. Would cupping also at that time potentially boost your immunity, or if you feel like you're maybe getting sick, that it could maybe prevent you from getting sick?
Yes, actually, Chinese medicine is most important. Chinese medicine is prevent people to get sick. Like you may heard about, or some people may heard about, there's a very famous doctor called Bianqu. So he lived 1,000 years ago. So Bianqu is like very famous Chinese medicine doctor in the history. What he famous for because people say he can treat whatever difficult disease. Like even people like almost like people think that that person gonna die, but he can save you. That's why he was so famous. But what he said is, he said, I'm not the top Chinese medicine doctor. Actually, my big brother, he is much better than me. Why? Because if you go to see my big brother, you will never get sick. You will never get to like very even ill. So he can prevent you to be sick. So in that way, although I can treat people, like I can help people even they have very major severe disease, but my brother, he can prevent you to get any sickness. You're going to be
Wow.
healthy for your whole life.
Wow. Learning a lot here. How is cupping performed? Now, the reason I'm asking that is I hear it's done different ways. Basically, you're removing the oxygen from the cup, as I understand it, and there's different ways to do that. How do you do it?
So I do it, I use the fair cupping. So the glass. A lot of clinic they offer the plastic one, because it's much easier. Um, so you don't really like have to let on the fair, to put in the glass cup, like because fair cupping a little bit more complicated. You have to like really perform very well, or you may like let fair for your office, you get, to burn your office. So you have to really practice a lot. It's more like kind of a little more difficult, but I prefer glass cupping because it is, I think to me, I think it's more beneficial to the patients because there is a fair involved, so it's more warm. So our body usually in general, for example, if you have pain or you have cold, catch cold,
Mhm.
usually you have cold. So what we treat cold is we warm you up. We remove the coldness. In that way, the fair cupping is better than the plastic one.
How are you removing the air? So I've heard that there's different ways to do it. Some cups have something you pull out, sort of like suction that removes the air. I've heard from others that you actually, I'm going to try and explain this. Take a cotton ball in some alcohol and light it, and then put the cup on somebody's back, and that removes the air. How do you do it?
Yeah, I think you explained pretty well actually. So what I do in my office, I will light a candle first. Then I have a glass of jar fill in the cotton ball soaked with alcohol. Then I will, have a, pencil, like get the cotton ball light on the candle. Then I will have one hand usually on my left hand holding the glass cup. Then the right hand put the lighted cotton ball in the glass cup. Then let it burn for several seconds. Remove the oxygen in the cup. Then put the cup on patient's skin. That's what I do in my office. And patient responds very well, actually. They really love it, no matter like young kids or like adults or even elderly patients, they really love it. They respond very well.
I would have to imagine, well, first of all, that sounds like the traditional way to do it from,
Yes.
many, many years ago. But I also would have to imagine that with your experience, you have everything timed out just right so that, let's be honest, you have a burning cotton ball. Now you're putting it on somebody's skin in a glass. That could burn. It sounds like you've got it perfected where it doesn't. The flame is extinguished by the time it gets on somebody's back or body, and just the oxygen is removed. Would you say that's right?
Uh, yes, a little bit is like I put the burning cotton ball in the cup.
Yeah.
Then I will remove the cotton ball. Then I put the cup on the patient's
Oh,
skin. So
okay.
in that way, there's no risk, the patient hair will get fair or
Sure, sure,
something.
sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. I've actually heard that some leave the cotton ball in there. Okay, that's fantastic. And you remove enough oxygen in that amount of time from the cup when you put it on somebody's body?
Yeah, so you have to have, like you said, you have to like perform very well, very accurate. So enough time to burn the oxygen so the cup can suck on the patient's skin. And you cannot burn too much either. Then it's gonna be sucked too much, then the patient's skin may feel too much pressure. They may have like, they may feel a little bit pain even. So in that way, you have to, like you said, you have to perform like accurate time to make sure it's perfect pressure can suck on the skin and the patient don't really feel too much pressure, like they don't feel uncomfortable.
I'm just amazed that in doing that, you're able to pull out enough oxygen that can get the job done.
Yeah, it's need practice. So I have been practice for years and years.
Wow.
I have a lot of patients. That's why I can do it pretty well, and the patient love it. And after I explain to them, they don't worry about the mark. They're like, "That's fine. We understand. I don't worry about the mark." Because a long time ago, I think the people may have the misconception about the mark. They may think, "Oh, you caused injury on me. Like, why I have a
Right.
purple mark?"
Right.
Yeah.
How long does that mark even last?
Usually about a week, I will say, but it depends. Some people may last a little bit longer, depends, your circulation. If some people have very bad, um, like blood stagnation, stasis, they stay a little bit longer, but it will go away. So you don't need to worry about.
Wow. Um, how long do you leave these cups on?
Usually I leave about like 20 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. So not too long because you don't want, especially to the new patient, they never experience. You don't want the mark is, too bad. Like they may like a little bit worry. So 20 minutes is enough to improve the blood flow and release the muscle tension to, make your immunity better. So 20 minutes usually is a good time.
Hmm. How many cups would you typically put on somebody's back in one session? And can you cup anywhere? Can you get, somebody's chest? It could be anywhere, or is it mostly the back?
In general, we put cups on the back. The reason is on the back, actually, Chinese medicine talk about the channels, right? Like on the back, there is a UB channel. Um, the UB channel, there are some points actually on the back is related to our organ, like our liver, stomach, spleen, all the UB points can access actually to our body, to our organ through the UV channel points.
Wow.
So that's one of the reason we usually prefer to do the cupping on the back. Not only can release some pain if you have pain, but can also get access to your organ, make your organ healthier. The third reason why usually we prefer on the back is because back kind of like very like the most like biggest area of our body, so it's much easier for the cup to stay. I did some cup like on some patient leg on the back. Usually that like doesn't really stay very long. But yeah, but we can do it. But on the feet, it's very hard because there is no much muscle on the feet. Yeah.
Ah, okay. So that's what we're looking for. The target is muscle and yeah, the back end. Plus, it's a very flat area, mostly. So it's probably easier to do. I want to move over to from cupping to herbal remedies. And that's something that you offer, right?
Yes, yes. We do like herbal formula. Actually, one of the interesting thing is herbal formula you not most herbal formula you take in, right? Like you take with some warm water, like different kind of formula. The most popular and easy one is the tea pill, right? It's just like made like it's like a little dark bowl. You can just drink with warm water. You can that's the most easy one because it doesn't really have like very strong smell. Some people may don't really like, if something very strong smell, you may don't like it. And also some herbs, they can be bitter. But like a tea pill, like it's already like it's a pre-made. So in that way, it doesn't really have a strong smell and it's much easier for you to take. So that's most form I give to my patients and they love it. So that's one of the form of formula. And also there are granule. So granule is like a powder. It's like tea. You can just dissolve it in the warm water and you drink like a tea. So that's another form. It's granule. There is another one. It's like you cook like at home with raw herbs. That's the most complicated form. But a lot of people they don't know how to cook it because it need like certain time, you need a certain container to cook it. And you have to add it, certain water and how to cook it with like melt fair or so some people think it too complicated. So the most I give to people is like either granule or the tea pail.
So I want to share with you that this time last year, I was having some stomach issues and I thought maybe it was an ulcer that came back from 6 years or 7 years before. And I knew it was from stress. So I had met somebody who's an herbalist, master herbalist, and met her a few months before and explained, this is what I'm feeling. Was almost at the point of going to the hospital. Like something's not right here. Um, she mixed me concoction of marshmallow root, catnip, and cat's claw. And just in a dropper bottle, I took that with some. I also had aloe vera drink with pulp in it. In less than 3 days, I was fine. It's amazing how this all works. I don't know if those are, concoctions that you would use or you would, treat somebody for different issues. That's what worked for me. And that's what really opened my eyes up to herbals and wow, that they can take care of you sometimes even better and better than medicine. I was taking Nexium, that wasn't working. Um, any success stories that you've heard with herbal remedies that you've prepared for somebody?
Oh yes, actually, I have some people coming in for the hair loss.
Oh,
Yeah, like when you have stress, when you don't have a good sleep, yeah, when you worry about something, you may like lose hair when you take shower, wash your hair. So I have a patient come in and said, actually, the patient is not even, she's only around 20 something. So she's pretty young. So, usually 20 something, you shouldn't lose a lot of hair unless, you're under a lot of stress or didn't really have good sleep. So she just graduated from her graduate school. So she said she really have very bad food, working a lot at night, and so a lot of stress and doesn't have enough nutrition. So she said her hair just losing the crazy. She said every time when I take a shower, she said there's so much hair. So she came to me. So I did acupuncture also. I did acupuncture and also give her herbal formula. And on top of that, I gave her my man-made shampoo. Because there are some herbs you can use to wash your hair and the shampoo that not only decrease the hair loss, but also make the hair like more rich, and also the color is like so
Wow.
much better. So that's why I think Chinese medicine is just so amazing. There's so many different ways it can help you. If you're okay with acupuncture, you come in, we do acupuncture. If you're not okay with acupuncture, we do herbal formula. It's so simple and easy. And cupping, moxibustion, there's so many ways. And because I have patients, they did take like herbal formula and really help them. They said, "Wow, Dr. Kelly, now when I wash my hair, I can count how many hair. Like only like maybe five. Before it was like I couldn't count so many. So herbal formula is really working. I'm
Wow.
amazed.
I'm amazed that everything that we are talking about has been around for hundreds, if not centuries. It's the I, I just I can never understand why more people don't recognize the benefits of Chinese medicine. I think, my personal opinion, I think we've been brainwashed into, the doctor knows everything. And many doctors are wonderful, but they don't have all the answers. And it doesn't always come in the form of a pill from a pharmacy. There's so much more out there. And this is what medicine was many years ago and worked perfectly fine. And you're proving that today as we talk more.
Yeah, that's true. And also myself, I also take herbal formula, also do acupuncture on myself also. And I also use my own shampoo to wash my hair. I can
Wow.
also be, I'm really kind of like doing experiment on myself to see how the herbal formula works. And it does. Like a lot of people actually complain about my hair. They're kind of like, do you dye your hair? I said, no, it's totally natural. It's my own hair. I never
Wow.
dye. And so herbal formula works, can make your hair really like rich and the color. You don't worry about like getting gray or anything.
Wow.
And like sometimes if I eat a big meal, I may have a stomach ache, like Thanksgiving, right? Or now Christmas coming. You have a big meal, you may have food stagnation. Herbal formula can help you. You take the herbal formula, the food stagnation gonna go. You don't have a stomach pain. Like Chinese medicine really amazing. It works so fast. It's not like the people think, oh, if you go to Chinese medicine doctor, it's gonna take a while. No. I have a patient coming, like she couldn't even move her neck. She's like a statue. She couldn't move at all. After treatment, she can move. She's like, wow, I can turn my head now. I have so
Wow.
much range of motion. So Chinese medicine is quick. So don't think it's very, very slow. No.
Yeah, and just adding about the shampoo, many years ago, I'm talking, this is probably in the 70s and 80s. There was a shampoo very popular. It was called Herbal Essence. Herbal Essence. It was just a marketing ploy. Maybe they threw a couple of things in there, but the name was there and we respected it. Wow, it's herbal. It's got to be yours is the real deal. The website to find you, and you're located in New York City, Kelly121acupuncture.com. Even just to start a conversation, Kelly, I learned so much from you in the times that we've talked, and thank you very much for being here today. Really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you, Steve, to help me.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
Mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house. And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.